Hello, my name is Bruce Miller, and I'm with RIMtech Consulting, and I'm here to talk briefly about our course, SharePoint for IM Professionals, Deep Dive. Now, this course is what we call a deep dive course, which means two things. Number one is we're getting into a lot of detail, and number two is we won't be covering the fundamentals of EDRMS. That means that there's a prerequisite here. You have to take one other course from us that covers the fundamentals of EDRMS. Trust me on this, please. You will not do well in this course unless you take that other course first, because you won't understand the language, the concepts, or the methods. For example, how do you handle case records? Well, you got to know that in order to deal with this particular course. So please, please, please do not take this course without taking a prerequisite course. It won't go well, okay? So the good news is that if you've already taken any one of our courses that cover the foundation, then you're ready to rock and roll and get deep into the SharePoint skill set that you need, okay? So this is the topics up here. You can see the topics we'll be covering. There are some 6 focus areas that you need to learn in SharePoint, focus areas. And it all revolves around the SharePoint IA, or information architecture, which is what libraries do we need? How many of them? What are they called? Where are we going to store our documents? What metadata do we need? How much metadata, right? And that kind of thing. So we'll be going deep on the SharePoint IA, and we'll be teaching you how the SharePoint IA is constructed and tools to construct it faster, okay? Special tools. We're going to look at libraries. You need to know, as an information management professional, you're going to need to know these 6 focus areas pretty much at an administrator level. Another way to put it is as good as IT. You really are going to need to know it that well. You know, do most IM professionals want to know it? No, but you're going to need to know it in order to run the records management software. Now, for SharePoint, there are 5 products on the market, and it doesn't matter which of those 5 you're going to use. This training is vendor neutral. It all applies to either one of the 5 software products. So you don't even need to know which of the 5 you're going to use yet. This is all still applicable. But believe me, no matter which of the 5 you choose, unless you have a certain minimum level of skill with SharePoint, you will suffer, okay? So it's important that you learn the SharePoint. So we also cover content types. Content types, as you know, or may not know, are containers of metadata. All metadata comes in content types. That's how you package them up. We're going to talk about document versioning and how to submit documents to SharePoint in an EDRMS setting. It's very different. At some point, documents get locked down, become immutable, so users cannot delete or edit them. So when and how do you do that? We'll be covering that. Permissions. How do you assign permissions to people in an EDRMS setting? And the metadata is going to take fully half of it. What metadata do we need? How much is the right amount? How do we get that metadata in there? And we'll cover the 2 levels of metadata: compliance metadata, which we call non-negotiable metadata, and then business metadata, which is useful for search and retrieval. And in SharePoint, did you know that you can only search within one library? What if you want to search across multiple libraries or multiple sites? Well, it can't. So what you have to do is you have to construct a search mechanism to do that. And we'll teach you how to do that, common approaches to that. And we'll talk about some critical SharePoint limitations, 2 in particular, that you have to avoid or your project will be in trouble. Okay? So very detailed deep dive into SharePoint, essential no matter what software you're going to use for record keeping. So that's it. And in the description below, we have 3 links for you. One is to a document that gives you all the details about this course. Another link will take you to our schedule of all our training courses. And the final link will allow you to register for this course. Thank you.